Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Hollywood 110 from the wonderful Auto Club Speedway, Fontana, USA for Dog Racing League Chase for the Cup. Hello, everyone. Mitch Hobbs here in the booth today. Dog or Benjamin White unfortunately couldn't join us. He's in the midst of Hurricane Sally, so we're wishing him well. He will be our in-race admin, but you're watching last week's winner right now, Brody Garner, take his qualifying laps. 2-mile D-shaped oval here at the Auto Club Motor Speedway. As currently Dylan Alt sitting on pole, Aiden Kirker second, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. in third. But Brody Gardner, last week's winner, going to be coming to the line. Really quick lap. Surprised he didn't run the high line lap one to get that run, but all the way down to the apron and to the line. Not gonna be enough. P2, just off. So a great run by Brody Gardner to get that second spot, but not going to be enough as Aiden Kirker pulls ahead. Jump on board the 83 of Joe Berge, currently coming out of the pits for his qualifying lap. As he gets going, we're going to take a look at the weather for today. 65 degrees, a little chilly for the Southern California area. Very, very light wind, no humidity, quite a shock, partly cloudy skies, a beautiful day. As we stated earlier, a 2-mile D-shaped oval, 4 turns, track elevation way up there. 95-degree track temp, a little cooler than I expected, but the air temp is a lot cooler, so we shouldn't see them slipping and sliding all too much. As Joe Berge comes to the first lap, let's take you on board. Joe Berge with a huge crashing qualifying as we are riding on board. Just overcorrected in turn 3, little loose, and he's probably going to get to go out for one more run. But as we were talking about that, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. jumps to the top of the board. Michael Roseo stopped on track after his laps, trying to jump on someone that's currently going there. He is Justin Johnson, the number 4. 408 Racing Toyota. That is a Tundra. He's coming through 3 and 4. I believe this is going to be his hot lap. Right up against that wall. Going to cut it down low. All the way to the apron. Get all the speed he possibly can. And where is he going to go? Jumps up to the 15th position. Not too shabby for Justin. So we're going to see Cole Williams sitting on pit road. Corey H. Hart's doing his laps currently. 20th for Corey. Definitely not what he wanted to see. But that is going to be it for qualifying. We're going to get into your race grid. On pole for today, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. in the number 23 alongside him, Dylan Alt. 2 really good drivers. Wouldn't be surprised if both of them end up on the podium. Aiden Kirker in 3rd. Great qualifying effort for the number 39, and Brody Gardner, last week's winner, in 4th. 5th place, Ryan Kendrick. 6th place, Cole Woody. Not here last week, but he is in the chase. Large deficit to make up. Hopefully he can win today. Dylan Basin Racing, starting in the 7th position with Michael Roseo. Gotta be his first or second race with us, but a great starting position in 8th. 9th place, Bridger Olson. 10th place, Charlie Byer. 2 great runs for them. Let's see how they finish it out. Eric Keeter, Casey Drake, JJ Hill, Nick Miller, and Justin Johnson ran out your top 15 as we're going to go through the rest of the grid. All right, let's jump down to pit road. as all the cars are lined up getting ready to go for a wonderful race here at Auto Club. Looking through the field, Eric Heater, a name really haven't seen too much, but he's always really, really fast. A really good short track racer. So we're going to see how he's going to adjust to the oval. I will say, though, if I had to take one sleeper pick, starting down in the 14th position, not gridding quite yet, Nick Miller, always fast. There he is. In a different paint scheme than we're used to. No SPM today. That is surprising. May just be that trading paints is not loaded in yet, but may just be running the MPI Tundra today. But I'd watch out for Nick Miller, always really fast. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him up there as Bridger Olsen. You see him on pit road, not going to be gridding. Looks like going to be banking on an early caution to try to keep himself on the lead lap. Let's get back up to our leaders. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. in the number 2 SPM Tundra. Dylan Alt in the 42. I think it's hard to say out of these two who I think will get off to a great start, but we've got to be really aware for that tire spin. On cold tires here, especially on the hot, slick track, really struggle for grip through 1 and 2. I wouldn't be surprised if someone towards the front gets loose, maybe spins out, brings us an early caution. So we definitely got to watch out for that. Got to say that too is one of the best looking paint schemes in the field. Wouldn't be surprised if we see him up front. Looking through the field, our points leader, Brody Gardner in the 55. Second place, Nick Miller, we already talked about. And how about third place? Wow, 30th place. Andy, you're really struggling. Andy McDowell in the back. And let's jump back up to the front. Pace car going to lead us off 3 and 4. Going to give the field to Aaron Mulrooney Jr.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. We are racing at Auto Club. Great start for the 30. Now, oh, wrecking in the back. Casey Drake already around. Saw Casey Drake in the wall off two. It looked like Aaron Mulrooney Jr. was able to get the lead. Let's get a replay of that. Casey Drake 3 wide off the bat, off to a really good start. As it looks like Trading Paints just now deciding to update the cars. I knew it was a little weird. But Casey Drake in that chrome car on the outside. Oh, that's one car dead sideways in the middle of the track. We were talking about the cold tires. We're going to have to get an onboard angle from him when he loads in. And bam, right out into Casey Drake. That's a 78 of Jake Sylvia. Had the same issue last week. And on those cold tires, going to come up getting a Casey. One more car getting net coated, as I believe Jake Sylvia disconnected from the session. And Casey Drake, a lot of damage early on. Really unfortunate for that number 87. He was looking for a great day. But Sylvia going to be out of the race alt F4ing after losing it in the middle line. Let's see if we can get a replay on board. See Sylvia starting behind Casey Drake and Nick Miller. Gonna go into that middle line. Casey trying the outside. Not sure if he was letting people by. Has to check up in the center of the corner, and then let's see what happens. Just steps out, and he can't save it. So that's gonna be a tough day for Casey Drake. On pit road now, Mark Frimpong with damage. I believe Frimpong was that other car we saw netcoded. Really another driver looking for a good day today. And I don't think it's going to be. It's Frimpong in the 10 car overshooting his pit stall. Frimpong, not a chase driver, but we saw a second place run, as it looks like he may be done for the day. See Frimpong with rear end damage. Not sure how he got that. Let's see if we can jump back a little further and see what happened to him. So we're going back to the initial start. We're going to get a replay of that battle up front here in just a second. Let's get a replay. What happened to Frimpong here first? As you see him 3 wide with Matthew Klein, Joe Berge, Justin Johnson dropping to the back. Berge, aggressive move to the middle line. See Corey H. Hart's there on the outside, the number 57. Garrett Hess back there as well. Andy McDowell, 3rd place in points, as there's Sylvia dead sideways up. And oh yeah, Corey H. Hart's with some damage. Frimpong got tagged, and he's going to get sent down into the inside wall. So another issue. Let's see who that was. Believe that was the 3. I don't think it was. Not Latham Joyner. We're going to... Unsure of who that was, but really tough break for Mark Frimpong, as I believe we're getting ready to go back racing. There it is, 1 to go, looking on with Ryan Kendrick. There's Frimpong coming off pit road. Let's check on Corey H. Hart's. Yeah, you see that right front damage. For sure. See Sartajman, the points leader. The former regular season champion, not points leader, in the back here as well. He's got a lot of spots to make up. I believe that other car involved that hooked Frimpong may have been the 24 of Noah Allison is what I'm hearing. Yes, that sure is him. See a lot of front end damage for that car. That's going to be another off-pace damaged car. We're going to jump back up to Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Looks like very few drivers elected to pit. Not surprising, as Mulrooney ended up getting a really good start. The 39, so good that the 39 Aiden Kirker was able to jump to his inside off turn number 2. And then Dylan Alt, the outside pole sitter, that number 42. Plug in the Alt F4 Twitch channel. Great Twitch channel, highly recommend. The iRacing Ford Mustang pace car going to pull down on the pit road. Going to give the field to Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Green, 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 we're back racing here at Auto Club.
Green flag.
As we come through turn number 2, really tough start for Aiden Kirker. Aiden Kirker, wow. Dylan Alt, though, to the inside for the race lead on Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Alt going to dive it down in there. Look at Brody Gardner. I see a Kobe car. I believe that's the 74 of Cole Woody making moves. As it looks like now Brody Gardner is going to be right behind Dylan Alt. He's going to try to go for second. Kirker going up to help the number 2 car side by side for the lead and second, 2 by 2 up at the front. Ryan Kendrick going all the way to the outside as Nick Miller enters the fray as well. See Cole Woody, Michael Roseo, a lot of drivers up here. As wow, Brody giving the 42 a bump draft down the backstretch. Look at that, locked up. Great pushing by the 55. 42 is going to clear into turn number 3, but here comes the 2 back on the outside. Great run. Can he get to the outside of the 42? No, he cannot. Here comes Brody Gardner to the inside. Big block by the 42 of Dylan Alt. He's going to stay in the lead. Brody maybe looking to take it 3. Was looking 3 middle. Now he's looking 3 low. He's got his nose in there. Brody Gardner is going to try to make it 3 wide for the lead. Aggressive move by last week's winner. Brody Gardner is going to get him to the front. Cole Woody may be looking to make a move as the 42 is going to clear the 2. Brody Gardner up. Oh, look at that. Couldn't get a good run down the backstretch. Cole Woody poked out. 42 had a run. And Dylan Alt is going to keep the lead after the aggressive 3-wide move by Brody Gardner. Brody all over the back bumper. That number 42 SPG Tundra. pushing him down the front stretch. Can he make a move into one? Gonna look to the outside this time, that number 55. As Cole Woody making moves. He's going for that third place on Aaron Mulrooney Jr. You can see how far these cars, see how fast they go down the backstretch. Look at that, Nick Miller going to the inside. Miller's gonna make it 3, now 2. That 9 car up many spots so far from the 14th position to P number 5 as he's gonna clear Cole Woody off the corner. Brody Gardner, new leader. Looks like Alt now giving the bumper to the number 55 to Brody Gardner. We expect bumpers on short tracks, but how about here at Auto Club? Soon to be a short track in 2022, as we heard recently, the bombshell. As Alt, not as good of a corner as Gardner, so he's going to start to pull away. And here comes Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Nick Miller helping teammate Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Saw him a little bit sideways down the backstretch, as that's voice crack number 2 of the day. Not too bad so far for 9 laps. As Mulrooney still to the inside of Aiden Kirker, having a really good run so far, but there's Dylan Alt once again looking to the outside of Brody Gardner for the lead. Again, SBG teammates working down the backstretch. Look at the 2 and the 9 locked up. Michael Rosseo in that Ford F-150 going to the inside, 3 wide. Oh, he's sending it in deep. Almost contact with Nick Miller. As Nick going to lose a spot to not only the number 15, but the 74 as well. As Dylan Alt once again going for the lead. See Pack racing towards the front 11 laps into this. I wouldn't expect pit stops for at least a number 20, at least another 20 laps, as everyone likes to make the joke that I love talking about fuel saving, but tire saving. These tires fall off. These guys racing really hard. Maybe someone a little bit further back. Alt out in front. Garner really got to watch out now. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. on his back bumper, but look at that 55. Great run down the backstretch. Not going to be enough to get him on that. Not going to be enough to get him side by side completely with the 42. As Alt going to have a much better line through 1 and 2. That is the preferred line. But that Diggy Chevrolet. Oh, contact! Aiden Kirk around. Michael Rosseo. The 9 of Nick Miller involved. Sartajman as well. Big wreck on the backstretch. That's the leaders as well. Looks like Dylan Basin able to get through. As let's try to get a replay of that. I believe it all started with that number 39, Aiden Kirker, having a great run. That's going to come to a crash again. Let's get a look. Let's see what happened here off turn number 2. The 39 looks like, oh, the 74, a Cole Woody just hooked him. Nowhere for the 9 to go. Hard contact. Probably some engine damage. Looks like the 39, not too much damage just on that left front. Let's go back. Let's see if we can get another replay of that. A little slower. Gonna check with Michael Rosseo and that Bush number 15 having a great run so far. As let's look. Cole Woody just pushing up the track a little bit. Let's get a look from above. See Woody up the track a little bit. Oh, Nick Miller going to make a little bit of contact with Woody, but some bad netco there from the 39, and the 42 is going to turn the 39 down right into the 15. Nowhere to go. Great avoidance by Ryan Kendrick. I believe that's the 86 of Dominic Howe as well. I haven't talked about him today, but nowhere for the 9 to go. That's going to be hard front-end damage. Probably some engine damage as well as the 9 slides down the track. Nowhere for Sartajman to go. Those are teammates making contact as the 15 spins against the wall. Really unfortunate for all those guys as we're going to jump back live. Not on an instant replay, although it thinks it is. And let's get up pit stops. See the 42 Dylan Alt, everyone on pit road. Tires are crucial. So not surprising to see everyone on pit road. There goes Dylan Alt. Great pit stop. 14.25 is going to give him out in the lead. Looks like Charlie Byer stayed out. Probably going for a bonus point, if not saving tires. Not sure I like that call. As we see Cole Woody, Nick Miller, extensive repairs. Matthew Klein up into that 10th position as well. How about that? See Woody a 30-second pit stop. Nick Miller still going. I believe that's going to be engine damage from the number 9. As they race off pit road, they're the 7. Charlie Byer decided to stay out. Really interesting call from that Dr. Pepper Toyota Tundra. Looks like he's going to bring it down. Probably just going, trying to get that 1 lap lead. As a 7 now going to bring it down on the pit road. Going to cycle out your leader. Number 42 of Dylan. Not Dylan Alt, Matthew Klein. Is Klein the leader? Matthew Klein is the leader. I'm not sure I ever thought I'd be saying that, but Klein is leading. As I'm not quite sure how he managed to get himself out front, but maybe he came in early? I'm a little bit baffled. As we're going to take away that pit road sign. Matthew Klein in that Menards number 11 out in front. I can't say it enough how surprising it is to see him out there, but as we looked at 2, Aaron Mulrooney, looks like Brady Weilman getting rid of that cone on the inside. 2 and Aaron Mulrooney going to be back in that 6th position. Ryan Kendrick up to 4th. Brody Gardner up to 3rd. Dominic Howe in the 5th position. Eric Heater's back there. Dylan Basin. And who else is going to be back there? Behind Basin, Andy McDowell. Really haven't seen too much of him today, but he's got a clean car. And how about JJ Hill running out the top 10? Cole Williams, Brady Weilman, Justin Johnson, Keelan Belsha, Cole Woody with damage, Aiden Kirker as well, Micah Roseo, Grayson Trexler, I haven't seen him. But back to the front. Matthew Klein going to be in command here at Auto Club. He's going to bring us to green flag. Back out at Auto Club, Matthew Klein leads. Oh, Matthew Klein going to drop to the apron and fall all the way back. Going to let the leaders go as Brody Gardner was dead sideways in 1 and 2. That's going to allow Aaron Mulrooney Jr. to get in front of him as well as Ryan Kendrick. Dylan Alt going to be your leader here at Auto Club. With about 34 laps to go, I think we may see people good to the end on fuel. Not really sure what the fuel run is. 75%. They have plenty of sets of tires as Ryan Kendrick looks to the outside for the lead. Dominic Howe pushing up the track just a little bit, really close there with Brody Gardner. As Dylan Basin and Andy McDowell join the party. Alt still commanding out front. That SPG Toyota been one of the best cars all day. And he is proving his dominance. As again, Dominic Howe really tight with a 55 of Brody Gardner. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. continues to be in 2nd. Brody Gardner giving the 00 of Ryan Kendrick a little bit of a bump. As the 00 going to wash up the track just a little bit. Brody trying to get behind him. No contact. Dylan Basin peeking 3 wide, not gonna make the move. Basin now to the inside. He's gonna follow the 86 of Dominic Howe. Basin, bold move in that Basin Raven Toyota. He's gonna make it 3 wide for the 5th position. As Basin all the way on the inside, Brody Garner now stuck on the top. Andy McDowell, Eric Heater joining, as well as Ryan Kendrick's going to slot himself into the 3rd position. See the 00 and 55 running a much higher line. Brody Garner very tight there with Andy McDowell, as Andy right on his rear bumper. Well, look at that. For the lead, the 2 car of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. right on the back bumper of the 42 down the backstretch. So we're going to take a look from above. There's number 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr., the 42, as we get the blimp down the front stretch. And there's the 86 of Dominic Howe up in that 3rd position. Dylan Basin in 4th. Almost contact between Dominic Howe and Aaron Mulrooney Jr. I don't think Dominic thought he was going to break that early. But then Kendrick now back to 5th. Andy McDowell 6th. Brody Garner in 7th. Unfortunately, just hearing now that dog Benjamin White Power is completely out. He's currently in the middle of Hurricane Sally, so we wish the best to him. Hopefully he's able to tune in on our stream. We're thinking of you, dog. Hopefully you're doing well and staying safe, as we're going to ride on board with Aaron Mulrooney Jr. and see if he can make a move. Not enough from the 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. to make a move to the inside. A little bit of blinking Dylan Basin down the inside for 3rd. How about Dylan Basin for that Basin Racing entry? Really great day today. Started 7th, currently 4th. Really fast lap up, 3 spots today. As we see him 180 miles per hour down into the corner, really able to dive it deeper than Dominic Howe. Gotta think, is he burning those tires a little bit more than everyone else? As, oh, Brody Garner and JJ Hill have contact in the back. Brody Garner, contact with JJ Hill. Let's see if we can get another look. After the glorious flip by Nick Miller on the replay. Let's see what happened to Brody. Looks like he made, oh wow, just pushed up the track just a little bit, has to get out of the throttle. JJ Hill can't avoid. He was pushing up the track as well, and that's going to be a contact for the 55. Looks like he's already been in the wall. Contact on the right side, right rear and right front, and now he's going to have some left front as well. So one of our leaders earlier, Brody Garner, back to the 15th position. Tough day for him. Back at the front still, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. and Dylan Alt, teammates on SVG Esports, and then the Basin Racing Toyota of Dylan Basin. Talked about him. Dominic Howe, another driver, having a great run. Starting that 22nd position, all the way in the back, up 18 spots. And Dominic, really good at these 1.5 to 2 mile tracks. Winner at Las Vegas and I believe Michigan, as he is up to the 4th position. Let's take a quick look. We're going to go through all of your chase drivers and how they sit in points. Brody Garner back in the 15th position. We had talked about him earlier today. He is currently the points leader. May not be after today. A lot of damage on that number 55. Another chaser with a rough day so far. Nick Miller, see that rear end all knocked up front end as well, involved in our last incident. He sits second in points, currently 2 points behind Brody for the lead, but it's going to be a tough day for him. Fifth position going to be third in points, Andy McDowell. Really solid day. Up 22 spots, just like Dominic Howe, from 27th to the 5th position. So great day for Andy McDowell. Almost called him Aaron Mulrooney Jr. And I believe if he finishes where he is, he will definitely come out on top. One win on the season. Let's see if he can get a second today. Let's go to the number 49 of Sartajman. Also front end damage racing with Mark Frimpong, currently 22nd. Really tough for that 49. Their regular season champion had everything going for him, but has really struggled in the playoffs so far. Had a okay day at Homestead and now crashed early here at Auto Club, going for points. Hopefully he can get some today. How about the 7 of Charlie Byer? Haven't really talked much about him, but he's currently 23rd. Clean race car. Not sure if it was a strategy call. May have pitted early, filled it up on gas, and is going to try to go to the end. Not quite sure. Started 10th, currently 23rd, running pretty fast laps. 42.4s, leaders currently 42.3s. Oh, Charlie Byer into the wall. Not a great time to click over to him. He's having a rough day so far. Next up, 83 of Joe Berge. I've not talked about him at all, as Grayson Trexler looks like scraped the wall there off turn number 4. Berge sitting 6th in the standings. Really solid year so far. No wins, 5 top 5s and 8 top 10s. I believe he is about 20 points off the lead. So with Andy McDowell having a really good day, it's definitely going to help him catch up on Nick Miller and Brody Garner, but I believe it's not going to be enough to get him to that first position. Another driver up towards the front, Ryan Kendrick. We see a battle for the 4th position. Andy McDowell and the 86 of Dominic Howe. As Kendrick currently sitting in the 5th position, sitting 7th in points. Let's see if he's still on track. 8th in points. Casey Drake out of the race after the lap 1 contact. So it's going to be a tough day for Drake. 28th is where he's going to finish. Next up is we see Nick Miller on a pit road trying to undercut the 86 of Dominic Howe. There he is going down the backstretch, 5th place. Andy McDowell able to get around him, as we saw Nick Miller going for that undercut. Gotta keep track of the leaders, see if they may do it, because lap times over a 1.5 seconds off their best times of the day. As Dominic Howe just up against that wall, may have gotten into it, as we are looking at him. Maybe a commentator's curse, that 2nd or 3rd time that's happened. But Dominic Howe 11th in the standings, not in the chase, but the first driver outside the chase. As I believe I skipped over 2 people, got a little bit anxious. Cole Woody, 10th place in points, missed Homestead last week, but having a great run in the 8th position. And Keelan Belsha. Let's get to Keelan. Keelan, where are you? There you are, on pit road. The EL Media car started 31st, currently 20th, getting his service right now, as he is blinking quite a bit. And that's going to bring us back up to our leader, Dylan Alt. As one person I do want to say, Brady Weilman having a great run as Joe Berge is going to get to his inside. That 50 car up in the 9th position now, Berge up to 8th. Having a really quiet run, Justin Johnson as well. Some great stories in the back half of the top 10. Really, really good for them. As back to the leaders, Dylan Basin blinking out. But Dylan Alt still your leader. Will say, though, developing story, something we missed. Garrett Hess out of the race. Not sure when that occurred. We're going to try to get some more information, but we'll see if we can get that back to you guys as soon as we can. But Alt currently on board. Let's go to Nick Miller, one of the first cars to pit. We saw the 51 of Keelan Belsha, 57 of Corey H. Hartz as well. But these guys, lots of damage, finally probably trying to get on those new tires as quick as they can. Looks like the 49 may have as well, as leaders catching lap cars. JJ Hill, he was up inside the top 10. He may be one of those drivers that pit early. He's back up, unchanged at the front. Sorry, it is not. Andy McDowell up to that third spot. McDowell around Basin as Dominic Howe, after brushing the wall, has fallen back quite far. Ryan Kendrick as well with right front damage. Cole Woody looks to be pretty clean. And how about that? Joe Berge going for another spot. Looks like he saved his tires the best. He's now racing through the field. We saw Berge get the 8th position. Now he's going for 7th. Let's ride on board, see if we can get that 6th position. Joe Berge having a great run so far, up 4 spots. Up 4 spots when we first saw him. He's going to be up in that 4th position, just able to clear Dominic Howe as he tried to mount a charge. But towards the front, developing story, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., as well as Dylan Alt and Andy McDowell into the pit lane as 3 of our leaders down pit road. We're going to see if we can get pit stops for all of them. I believe we can see Alt and Mulrooney in the bottom half of the pit road sequence. So we're going to jump back up. That's going to leave Joe Berge as your leader as they're lapping the 10 of Mark Frimpong. Believe we are going to see Berge and Howe down this time. No, we are not. They're going to stay out 1 extra lap. Not sure the strategy call there. Berge have been really good on old tires as we're looking Mulrooney a better stop than Alt. But Alt's going to get out in front. As you see, Dylan Basin may have performed an undercut. Basin going to pass Dylan Alt. I believe that's going to be for the provisional lead. As these guys all in front of Charlie Beyer. I believe, as we stated, Beyer may have been doing that alternate strategy, pitting early and trying to go long to the end as voice crack number 3. Beyer, though, going to lose a lot of time. Not sure that is for position. Beyer 20 laps since his last stint, so I do not think he is doing that alternate strategy. Eric Heater, as well as Michael Roseo, Keelan Belsha, Nick Miller, JJ Hill, Cole Williams, and Matthew Klein all pitted recently. We're going to go back up to our leaders. Great battle up front. Joe Berge, Dominic Howe, Cole Woody, Ryan Kendrick, and Justin Johnson in the back of this battle. As Justin having a little bit of blinking issues. Grayson Trexler back in the fifth position. Brady Weileman in 6th, and Brody Gardner, early leader, up in 7th. As these guys are about 33 seconds in front of provisional leader Dylan Basin. As here they all come down pit road. Joe Berge's down. The 86, Dominic Howe is down, as I believe Cole Woody stays out. Oh, 1 car around. Was that the 10? It was. The 10 of Mark Frimpong. Little issues coming on a pit road. Going to tap that inside wall, but no damage done there. as Berge going to go in for his pit stop. We're going to have it up on the left-hand side of your screen, and we're going to go back to the fight for the current lead. Cole Woody, Ryan Kendrick, and the 28 of Eric Heater. I haven't talked about him today. He's on fresh tires right now, not battling them. You see a lot of damage left and right front. You see Heater going to their outside. Michael Roseo as well on fresh tires. I believe Woody and Kendrick maybe doing the long game, as with 11 laps to go, they're going to try to stay out and pray for a caution, as currently we've had 2 cautions for 4 laps, 8 lead changes, fastest lap of the race, a 41.313, not by Cole Woody, by Dominic Howe, sitting back in that 10th position, right in front of leaders. Let's see Howe and Berge off pit road. In comparison to the provisional leader, Dylan Mason, they're going to be about... Oh, we got a caution!
Caution, yellow flag.
You saw it there. Just as we bring out the caution thing, Joe Berge and Dominic Howe make contact and sends Howe around. That is going to be a huge break for Cole Woody, Ryan Kendrick, Grayson Trexler, Brady Weilman. And that's going to really be tough for Justin Johnson, Keelan Belsha, Joe Berge, Brody Garner, Dominic Howe, Nick Miller, Cole Williams, and J.J. Hill, all going to be stuck a lap down after the incident. Let's get a replay, see what happened. As we see both drivers on fresh tires into 3 and 4. Oh, you see Dominic Howe already dead sideways in front of that 83. 83 can't check up in time. It's going to help that 86 around and bring out the caution. Nowhere to go for that number 83, and Dominic Howe bitten by the cold tire bug. Let's get a ride on board with Dominic Howe. Dominic Howe loose after just barely clipping the apron. How about a gyro cam from Joe Berge? Unfortunate for Joe Berge. Let's look back up at the front. Ryan Kendrick first one off pit road. Cole Woody going to be in second. Grayson Trexler, Brady Weilman, Dylan Basin, Dylan Alt, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., Andy McDowell, Charlie Byer, and Eric Heater going to round up the top 10 off pit road. How about for the drivers you see on there? Grayson Trexler, Charlie Byer, Brady Weilman, Ryan Kendrick, and the 5th being our leader, Cole Woody. Really benefited from this caution, as with 8 laps to go, we're going to go back green. About 6 laps to go. It's going to be a frantic restart, as drivers who are formerly up front, running in that top 5, like an Andy McDowell or an Aaron Mulrooney Jr. How about Dylan Alt, who dominated this race, is going to be starting 6th on the restart. Check back on the back of the field, seeing if anyone's still on pit road. No. Joe Berge out of pit road. Looks like J.J. Hill with damage. These guys all passing the pace car, getting their laps back. The wave around for most of the drivers, which is going to help them a lot. Justin Johnson, not sure if he elected to take the wave around or not. We're going to have to wait for our scoring to even out, as I believe 10 cars are going to be the ones on the lead lap. We're going to have a bunch of wave around cars that are now going to be on the lead lap, as it looks like Justin Johnson going to choose to stay a lap down and get fresh tires. trying to get a word from one of our drivers. Currently all fed up with their spotters, so not going to be able to get one. But look at that second row. Brady Wildman, Grayson Trexler. Haven't seen either of these two up front. We're going to see how they're going to be able to handle. Wellerman started in the 19th position, currently up in that third spot, up 16 spots. We saw him run in the back half of the top 10. A lot of right side damage. We're going to have to see how it's going to affect him. And then in the third spot started 30th, Grayson Trexler, all the way in the back. Really, really fast driver. But he's very aggressive as well. We're going to see if he's going to make it 3 wide, as Ryan Kendrick does have a little bit of right side damage, as I believe. Don't think Kendrick took 2. He may have. We're going to have to wait and see. Pace car is off. Going to give the field Kendrick and green. We are green here at
Green flag,
Auto
green
Club.
flag.
Early start helped that 00, but not for long. Cole Woody to the inside. Dylan Alt looking up the middle. How about Dylan Basin pushing that number 74? 3 wide for P2, as I believe Kendrick did take 2 tires. And it's really coming back to bite him, as Dylan Alt on the outside. The dominant car all day. Oh, he's going to scrape the wall just a little bit, lose some momentum. But Cole Woody is your leader. This is the exact thing Woody needs, as he was the Clash winner. Looking for win number 2 on the season. How about Aaron Mulrooney Jr. going to slot himself in the 3rd position? Dylan Basin up on the outside. Dylan All going to make it 3 wide. A big block from the 48. That 48 sideways down the backstretch as they're shoving Dylan Basin almost out to lead. Cole Woody going to stay on that corner panel and dive it in deep into 3. 3 wide further back, Grayson Trexler, Ryan Kendrick. Almost contact between teammates Aaron Mulrooney Jr. and Dylan Alt. 74 going to get that. Look at the 42. 4 wide for the lead coming to turn number 1. 2 going to think better and back out, but that's going to give the lead to Dylan Alt. Back in the lead. Alt's led a majority of the race today. Aaron, look at that. Andy McDowell making a huge move to the inside of the number 74, but Dylan Basin getting shoved by the 2 back out in front as Dylan Basin blinks out just a little bit. The 48 going to get out in front after that big move. Almost contact between the 74 and the 20 for the 4th position, as Aaron Mulrooney Jr. on the outside. Side by side with Dylan Alt for 2nd. Eric Heater up in that 6th position. Haven't seen him much all day. Grayson Trexler holds it in 7th. Kendrick down the 8th. Wildman 9th. And Justin Johnson P10. Dylan Basin out in front. Oh! Cole Woody looks like it's sent into the corner. Possibly some contact with that number 20, as he's going to drop all the way back. Back with Charlie Byer. Brody Garner, who had a great start. So we're getting a report from Garrett Hess. Spun into pit road after hitting the wall and parked it there. That's why we didn't see him, as smoke up in front. Is there a wreck, or is that Dylan Basin? It is Dylan Basin. But Dylan Alt going to lead that lap. Is a big shove from teammate Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Going to have to get a look later if the 20 did indeed make contact with the number 74 of Cole Woody to send him to the back. But Dylan Basin going to drop down to the 3rd position from the lead, and that's going to leave the 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. make a big move to the inside. Basin going to go the high side with Alt. No, he's going to go low. Blocks that number 20. As we got SVG 124 in the Basin Racing car of Dylan Basin.
Yellow flag is out.
Caution, wreck in the back. Brody Garner's involved. More cars spinning. Charlie Byer as well. Let's see if we can get who else. Dominic Howe possibly involved. Looks like Michael Roseo involved once again. Joe Bergiardi back here. We're going to have to get another look. It's Kalen Belsha damage as well. Let's go back with that number 15 and see what happened. turn number 3. Brody Garner. Oh, slight contact with number 15 is going to send him around. Garner with damage. 15 hard in the outside wall. Looks like Charlie Byer as well going to get into him, and then the rest of the back going to go high. JJ Hill going to hit the wall in the process. But tough break for the number 15, was running just outside the top 10. And he's now going to be all the way in the back with lots of damage. See if we can get in on board with Brody Garner. See the 55 of Garner, obviously frustrated with that number, with the number 15 of Michael Rosea through a little bit of block down the backstretch. Let's see, are our leaders on pit road? No, they are not. First one down, not even Bergie. Let's see. Brody Garner looks to be the first one down. He's from 10th place. As we are going to pull into the booth involved in the last caution, Joe Bergie in the number 83. Bergie, what happened? What'd you see? Bergie, you got a copy? Can you hear me?
Yep, my bad. Dominic Howe got sideways coming out of 4, and I had nowhere to go. Can't really blame him for that. Matthew Klein is the definition of a fucking joke, and that's all I gotta say. Goodbye.
Well, Joe Bergie obviously frustrated with Matthew Klein. Nowhere for him to go in the last wreck. And we're going to let him go back. Joe, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
That was Joe Bergie, obviously very upset with Matthew Klein. Not very sure why, so we're going to bring someone involved in the first lap caution. Casey Drake, what happened?
Well, I was just going to drop back a little bit and save my tires there, and I guess I was overcorrected, I guess, on the inside, and hard hit into the inside wall. Outside wall, actually. Not much I could have done there, and then the engine blew like 10 laps later, so frustrating.
Tough break for the 87 of Casey Drake. Checked and released to the field's bad center and is all okay. Gonna hurt him in points. I do believe he is in the chase, currently in the 8th position. Definitely not going to gain some more spots. Casey, thank you for joining.
No problem. Thank you.
Once again, Casey Drake in the number 87 wrecked out early on lap 1 as Jake Sylvia got loose to the inside, came up and hit him. Back to the leaders. We are doubled back up again. Dylan Alt going to be on the outside. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. on the inside, as Andy McDowell and Dylan Basin make the second row. Eric Heater and the 54 of Grayson Drexler, Brady Wellman, the 4 of Justin Johnson, who is on the lead lap. We did mistake that, but he is indeed on the lead lap. He's going to be in that 7th spot. Behind him, Micah Roseo, Joe Bergie, going to round out the top 10. Back to the leaders. Aaron Mulrooney, SPG teammate, on the outside with the 20 of Andy McDowell there as well. Can the Basin Racing car of Dylan Basin break it up and get the win?
Green flag, green flag.
Green flag back out. We're underway at Homestead. JJ Hill around in the back, and that will bring out the yellow. As JJ Hill sideways in the back. Looks like he may have clipped the apron, got loose on cold tires, but I believe Aaron Mulrooney Jr. is going to stay as the leader. Let's go back to that 08. Let's get a replay. saw from the camera, but looks like Ryan Kendrick possibly a little bit of contact with that number 08. JJ already dead sideways, going to get helped around. Mark Frimpong with a very close miss to the inside. As nowhere to go, as we're going to look on board with that number 00 for Ryan Kendrick. You can see something early there, a little block by the 08 as they're going to dive down in turn 1. Let's see what happens. See JJ really sideways from the center of the corner. Want to get a view inside that number 08. So we're going to look on the gyro cam, making moves around Charlie Byer, who it looks like has engine damage from an earlier wreck. Something I don't think we covered. But let's take a look at this 08. See there, that number 08 dead sideways all the way through 1 and 2 as we have 3 laps to go here at Autoflow. So we're going to jump back to our leader, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. So I believe they're still trying to go around and catch up to that pace car. Catching up to the pace car. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. still our leader. Dylan Alt second. Andy McDowell third. Let's see if anyone jumps down pit road. One car down pit road. The 15 of Michael Roseo. Lots of damage from the previous incidents, as he was the one who was turned into the outside wall by Brody Garner. He is down for more repairs. Currently checking scoring. Not sure, this may be a green-white checkered, as I believe we are scored on lap number 55, if this is correct. Gonna have to double check with in-race admin Benjamin White. But we'll get back to you guys on that. But at the lead, see leaders down on the apron, maybe trying to save a little bit of gas. They may have not taken enough gas for a lot of green-white checkers. As not sure if it is one or not. We're going to try to find that out really quick. As while we do this, we're going to try to pull in the number 15 currently on pit road. So we're going to pull in the number 15, Michael Roseo. Tough day, running inside the top 10, and contact with Brody Gardner, going to send you into the outside fall. Michael, you got me?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, what happened? What'd you see from your perspective?
On my view, it felt like the 55 center, and I just came down just a bit. Yeah, we had a very fast car. We were running in the top 5, and we just got taken on that wreck, unfortunately. But we'll see what we can do here on this restart.
15 car Michael Roseo still on pit road. We saw a little bit of a block down the backstretch. It may have upset that number 55, as we are, I believe, may have missed it. I believe we are green, as I'm trying to get live. Michael, thank you for joining me. As slight technical difficulties real quick. I apologize about this, as this is the restart you guys have been waiting for. Trying to get back going. There we are. Apologies for the missed restart. Still trying to fix out some of the kinks, but not much change at the front. Dylan Alt, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. going for the lead. A little bit of contact between teammates as SPG 123 can base it, break it up. Grayson Trexler back in that 5th position, looking to make some sort of
Caution,
move.
yellow
As
flag.
caution once again as they're coming to the white flag. Let's check the back of the field. Not sure who went around. May have been Brody Garner. As smoke up ahead. Let's try to go back and see what happened. And we'll get that restart once again for you guys, as apologies for it being missed. Back to the restart. We saw the 2-car air reach pick the outside line. Big block there from the 42 of Dylan Alt. Again, just clearing up some technical difficulties. Should be all good now. But we're going to make sure that we're all good to go for the next green, white, checkered. The 2 of Aaron Mulrooney Jr. to the inside. Clears that number 42. As we're going to go further back in the field, let's see what happened on this last incident. Believe it may have involved the 49 of Sartaj Mon. We're going to check here in turn number 3. I believe it was just out of 3. It's the 49 battling with the 83 of Joe Berge and 9 of Nick Miller. See smoke already up ahead. These 3 really pinch together, and there it goes. Nick Miller goes around hard in the outside wall. I believe someone collected as well. Yes, Mark Frimpong, the 9 and the 10 cars. Really, really tough for both of them. Let's get another replay. Going to look from the chopper and see that number 9 and the 49 splitting that 83 3 wide as 3 wide up in front. As the 83 just gets a little bit tight, door banging off the 49 and 9 and sends that 9 around, and nowhere for the 15 to go. 10 spins trying to avoid, so heavy damage from Michael Roseo. Just talk to him, and going to be even worse for that number, the number 15 Bush truck. So how about we take one more look on board from Joe Berge. So we saw that car. Berge really driving it in there to stay alongside the 49. Door bangs off the 9, hits the 49, and nowhere for him to go. He's going to get into the number 9 and send him around. Nick Miller on pit road for repairs. Michael Roseo as well, and the 49 of, not the 49 of Sartaj Mon. Believe someone else, Charlie Beyer as well, involved in some other incident. Not sure if we caught it, but he's going to make it out in front of the pace car. 15 though looks like it's going to go a lap down, as 21 cars now on the lead lap. We're down to 10 at one point. So let's go through our top 10. I believe this is going to be a second or third green white checkered, as we're getting dangerously close. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. going to pick the inside this time. Dylan Alt to his outside. Andy McDowell, Dylan Basin, Grayson Trexler and Eric Keeter, Brady Wellman, Justin Johnson, Cole Woody recovering from that earlier incident, and Cole Williams, haven't talked about him today, running in the 10th position. Keelan Belshaw 11th, Ryan Kendrick 12th, JJ Hill 13th, Dominic Howe 14th, Sartaj Mon 15th, Joe Berge 16th, Brody Garner 17th, Matthew Klein 18th, Charlie Beyer 19th, Nick Miller going to be 20th, Michael Rosé in that 21st position, still on pit road, lots of damage there, and Mark Frimpong in the 22nd position. Let's go back up to our leaders as we're going to be going green once again here at Auto Club. The iRacing pace car going to make that hard left off of turn number 4 as we're going to be going back racing once again, green white checkered here at Auto Club, as the 2 is going to lead us to green here at Auto Club. huge jump from Nick Miller on the start, but side by side for lead. Dylan Holt, Aaron Mulrooney Jr. As we're going to dive it into turn number 3. Here comes Andy McDowell, going to peak. Cannot make the move. Grayson Trexler in this battle as well. Dylan basing the 2, sliding up the track just a little bit. The 42 of Dylan Holt almost in the outside wall. Spinner in the back. Grayson Trexler around from 5th. As we stay green. We're going to get a replay of the Trexler incident later. It looks like Eric Keeter involved as well. We got SPG 1, 2, 3. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. on the inside. Dylan Holt outside. And Andy McDowell in the 3rd position. On the white flag lap last time through turn number 2, side by side. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. and Dylan Holt. Looking like just like a Michigan finish, just like we had earlier in the season. And I believe it was Dominic Howe taking that one, but we are side by side in the turn number 3. The 2 really diving it down. Looks like no chance of number 20. It's going to be side by side to the line. Dylan Holt going to side draft the number 2. Slight contact. Here comes the 42. Door bang to the line. It's going to be Dylan Holt. Wins here at Auto Club. Excellent finishes. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. huge hit there with the 28. Cars crashing into the back. But a door banging finish between Aaron Mulrooney Jr. and Dylan Holt, all making that outside work to win by 2/100ths of a second. Let's get a replay. That was intense. As we take a look from the back of the number 2. Alt, great side draft, going to door bang that 20. Takeaways run as they keep on banging to the line. Aaron Mulrooney, not enough on that inside. The 42 just had too much of a run. As, man, huge hits for that number 2 car after the line. One more look. We're going to take a look from above this time. As the 42 and 2 come down the backstretch. Nowhere for that 20 to go. Unable to get the run. Really lost it off 3 and 4 the last time around, as we're going to look from above. The 2, the 42. Aaron Mulrooney just a bit ahead, has about half a car on Dylan Holt, as you see that huge side draft, and once he realizes he gets the run, slams right in that 2 and across the line. He is going to be able to get it. Great racing. As let's go back a little more. Grayson Trexler, we're going to go all the way back, see if we can catch him and that incident coming to the 1 to green. Going to go back to the restart a little bit too far. Skip a little further ahead. I believe we're going to get up to that number 54. Trying to get the number 54 of Grayson Trexler here on the replay. It looks like it's a bit harder than we expected. We're going to have to get a replay of that number 54 incident a little bit later. We're going to try to get these top 3 in for an interview. As once again, top 3, Dylan Holt, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., and Andy McDowell. As let's take a look at our race results. Dylan Holt dominated today. He's going to come in that first spot with Aaron Mulrooney Jr. in 2nd. Andy McDowell 3rd. Cole Woody 4th. Justin Johnson, an amazing run up into that 5th spot. Great run for him into the top 5. Dylan Basin 6th. Cole William, quiet 7th. Ryan Kendrick 8th, Brady Willman 9th, and JJ Hill in 10th. Eric Heater 11th, Brody Gardner 12th, Sartajman 13th, Dominic Howe 14th, Keelan Belsha 15th, 16th, Nick Miller 17th, Joe Berge 18th, Charlie Byer 19th, Mark Frimpong, and 20th for Matthew Klein. Grayson Trexler wrecked coming to the coming to the white flag. He's going to finish 21st. Michael Roseo 22nd. Bridger Olson 23rd. Corey H. Hart's 24th. Kirker 25th. Garrett Hess 26th, Noah Allison 27th, 28th, Casey Drake 29th, Jake Sylvia, and Benjamin White, our poor admin in a hurricane, comes home in 30th. As let's get in first driver and winner for today, Dylan Alt. Amazing run coming to the checkers. Dominated today. Dylan, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
All right, Dylan, great race from you today. Great showing. How was the car feeling there? Looked a little bit tight on those long runs, but you had the best stuff there. Saving tires really get you the win or something else?
Yeah, so at the beginning of the race, I just wanted to have fun, and it's Auto Club. Auto Club, I like the track. It's basically one of my home tracks. Yeah, I didn't know we were going to get a long run, but ever since the start, I try to get the lead and just try to run away. Not really run away, but try to save tires and control the front of the pack, which it kind of worked out. Me and Aaron was just kind of helping each other. So we got a long run. We actually got a fuel run. My pit entry was amazing. I ran away from Aaron, and yeah, I thought I was gonna definitely have the shot to win that, and then we got a late run caution, and yeah, I had one set of tires left. Took the set of tires and tried to just stay up front as much as possible, and it was a great finish.
Definitely great showing for the finish. Dorbane coming to the checkers. Aaron Mulrooney Jr. definitely got to give props to him. He was pushing you for a long ways, but he had the dominant car, led the most laps, and definitely deserved this one. So, Dylan, any sponsors you wanted to plug?
I would like to thank Aaron and SVG and yeah, Dog for running this.
All right, there it is. Aaron Mulrooney. Wow. Dylan Alt, your winner here today. Definitely want to sub to Alt F4 on Twitch. So,
Thank you.
Dylan, thank you for joining, and great win.
Thank you.
All right, that was Dylan Alt. Next up, let's get Aaron Mulrooney Jr. in here. Aaron, great race. Had the inside coming through 3 and 4, but just missed it coming to the line. How'd the race go for you?
Yeah, Mitch, honestly, it was a pretty good race for a number 2 Sim Performance Group machine. Honestly, I'm kind of speechless after that. You know, we went through that whole race with, like, basically no cautions, really. We had that giant green flag run. And then we got to the end of the race, probably with roughly 10 laps to go. And then we got the green-white checkered, after green-white checkered, after green-white checkered. And yeah, honestly, it was just fun battling with Dylan Ald and Andy McDowell the whole race. I mean, it was enjoyable to have that finish, because that's something you see in NASCAR, you know, as a one for people to remember. So I'll take second place after not having some good finishes in Dogs Racing League. So yeah, I'm just happy to bring it home, and congrats to Dylan on the win.
There you hear from Aaron Mulrooney Jr. Led 17 laps today, started first, finished second, almost got that win. Anything you think you could have done differently there to the finish?
Honestly, I probably could have shoved out Dylan a little bit more coming off 4, but I didn't really feel like doing that. I didn't feel like driving him dirty because we were racing clean and hard the whole race. So, you know, it's whatever. It was a fun race, and I'm glad I raced it and enjoyed it.
Absolutely. Was an amazing finish, an amazing race. Really tight racing the whole time. Aaron, anyone you want to thank?
Yeah, Mitch, I'd like to thank you for doing the solo broadcast. I've actually broadcast before, and it's pretty challenging, so kudos to you for doing this by yourself. I'd also like to thank Sim Performance Group, and yeah, I'm just happy to be here.
Absolutely, was a lot of fun doing it. There it is, Aaron Mulrooney Jr., second place here today. Almost gets the win, but had an amazing run, really tight battling. Aaron, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Mitch. Have a good one.
You as well. All right, we're going to pull in P number 3. Andy McDowell. Didn't seem to have too much for those front two, but SPG 123, can't be too mad about that.
Nope. I was kind of hoping. So basically, I just backed up the corner, hoping that Aaron and Dylan would make contact off the corner, and I was just gonna send it to the apron. But that happened way too late. They did it at the line instead of off the corner. So I should have just sent it in there and hoped for the best. But it is what it is. SVG top 3. That's pretty good. And
Definitely.
points lead for me.
Yes, there it is. Andy McDowell will be your points leader. I believe both drivers in front of him, Nick Miller and Brody Garner, were involved in wrecks today. So Andy, coming away with a points lead. 2 races to go. What's going to be your approach?
Next week, I'm just hoping for like a top 5 run. I don't know what track it is. but I'm just gonna chill. And then final race, we're just gonna go all out and
All right.
try and get the championship.
There you hear it. Andy McDowell going to be your current points leader. Anyone you want to thank today?
Aaron, Dylan, everybody on SPG. That was a really fun race at the end there. I had fun. And yeah, and also JJ Designs for the scheme.
All right, Andy McDowell had a great race today, P3. Nothing to be ashamed of. Hopefully he can get more kills than 3 in Rainbow. Andy, thank you for joining.
Oh damn, you gotta do it like that.
All right, there is Andy McDowell, and that is going to be it. We're going to see if we can pull in... Can we get Dog in here? Is his internet going to work?
Yeah.
In the middle of a hurricane, we got Benjamin White in here. Dog, really great race today.
Yeah, I agree with that. I was able to catch a little bit of it on YouTube because that's the only way I could access it, because when I tried to join back after I got my power back, there was a join error, so I couldn't get in, and which meant I couldn't officiate anymore, so a couple people did some questionable things that we'll be looking at after the race, and possible penalties will be established, but as far as the racing goes, that was pretty good.
It sure was. One of the best finishes we've had here at DRL, similar to one of Michigan, but the outside prevails. Dylan Alt dominated the race, led most of the lap, and he's going to come home in first place. Thank you everyone for joining. It was a lot of fun here in the booth. Really unfortunate we couldn't have Dog, but he's currently staying safe while in the hurricane. So thank you everyone for coming out, and we'll catch you guys in the next one.